Hey everybody, hopefully it works. I'm still on the road. This is going to be another rough and ready quick show, but I try not to talk about Solana very much because I get accused of shilling it, but there's a lot to share. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of quant progression during the bear market. Okay, okay, got sound, good. And somehow my face is pink on the TV. Anyway, let's just jump in. There's a lot of news to share, and now this is investment advice. And again, the story is a lot of breaking news. So first of all, there is the Breakpoint conference in Lisbon happening right now. Started yesterday, and of course, with these conferences, there's a lot of news releases, and that's what we're talking about today. About an hour ago, Solana shot up 13% in 57 minutes, which is pretty stunning. And part of the reason for that is this. Google, first of all, they are running a block-producing Solana validator on the Google Cloud. But that's not all. What they are also doing is they have announced a partnership that will enable anybody to spin up their own validator running on the Google Cloud engine. So not only are Google running a validator right now, but they're going to enable the world to run validators. And this is very important for the topic that I've been talking about for a long time, is decentralization. And yes, I'm well aware Solana have had their hiccups, but that's what happens when things run at breakneck speeds, which I'll also talk about in a minute. And this is also on top of all of the Solana, Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it, Instagram. All Solana NFTs are now live on Instagram and Facebook. Again, bringing more visibility to NFTs and empowering. I think the Instagram implementation is running with Phantom Wallet right now as well. So enabling the commerce side through social. So this is extremely big for the space. But the reason I'm here is not just to talk about the breaking news, but to show how Solana has progressed during the bear market, because I track all the data, all the usage statistics, all the daily active users, TPS for all the chains, and it's been pretty abysmal during this bear market. But check out these numbers. So this is what I call solid progression over the last 4 quarters. And I'm just going to run through a couple of things, and then we'll go into some visuals as well in a second. First of all, it starts with Q4. Kiwi Robin, love you, man. See you out there. We'll start with Q4 2021. And again, Solana was in its infancy. It didn't really start to exist till 3 quarters earlier. And the average transaction, daily non-vote transactions, is 45 million. It fell to about 38 million in Q1, 20.5 million in Q2, and shot back up again, despite the bear market, to nearly 35 million. So a little bit of a seesaw, but that bounce back is pretty stunning because a lot of other chains are still stuck in the quagmire. Then we look at Java. Thank you, man. Then we look at the average transactions per second. This is the big thing, and I'll drill into this as well in a second. The TPS went from 2600, 2700, 2300. Obviously, not a lot of use happening on the chain in Q2 2022, and then bounced up to an all-time high of 3,244 transactions per second on average for the quarter. There are some days and moments where it's over 4,000. We'll talk more about that in a minute too. Also, you can see the average fee has fallen from about 0.0015 all the way down to 0.0003. And again, it's all about adoption and getting people to the chain and not gouging them with fees. And that's one of the reasons why this chain is growing so fast. And that drives adoption of the token as well. Revenue also down because the token value is low. Active programs has gone from 27,000 in Q4 2021 to over 100,000 in Q3 2023. That's nearly a 4x, which is very impressive. Then the NFT business is rocking. 4.7 million, 4.9 million, 7.1 million, 8.5 million, chasing ETH. There was one period of time where they actually sold more than ETH, but it's hot on the heels. And with these fees, who's not going to use this platform? Unique NFT buyers, another metric important to look at, not just big market players, but you can see that's grown as well from 600,000 to about 1.2 million. So it's holding tight, but with the launch of Facebook and Meta Instagram. I expect these unique NFT buyers to go through the roof. Mark my words. Q4 2022 will be a fun time as well. By the way, I see a little typo on my. That should be Q3 2022, not Q3 2022. I did warn you. I brushed this morning. And let's see, dApps, the number of applications running is now 1,100, up from 220 just a year ago. So a lot of really good progress, but let's look at some more data. First of all, Solana Speed, they broke a new record. The testnet reaches 24,000 TPS, which is stunning. Obviously, the end game is to get to 1 million TPS so they can run things like stock markets and stuff. Let's look at one of the important things as well. The number of block-producing validators. Add Google to the list. Pink is Solana at the top, and you can see how it compares to the number of block-producing validators for Ethereum. Remember, Ethereum's been around for 8 or 9 years, and it has just about 6,400 versus over 2,000 for Solana. And that is a notable milestone, and that is a key part of the health of the validator network and the evolution of the blockchain. I did hint at this when I looked at decentralization before, that I do believe the pace at which Solana is jumping down the decentralization path, there's no doubt in my mind they will be the most decentralized chain going forward, beating out players that have been around for a very, very long time. Let's look at some more numbers. Successful daily transactions. You see the growth is high. Voting transactions, of course, are necessary for the functioning of the network. And a vote transaction happens when a validator votes to confirm one or more proposed blocks. And non-voting transactions are the ones triggered by user behavior in the blockchain. So just a quick recap. But the key thing here is look at the speed. This is how the performance of the chain has actually improved over time. TPS, as of October 2022, was running over 4,000 transactions per second. Remember, Bitcoin runs about 8 to 10, Ethereum about 15. I won't mention other names. I don't want to get hit, but you can go to Masari and you can find out exactly what the TPS is for other chains. Now, this is kind of a weak point. The Solana network value and daily revenue, you can see it's low because of the actual transaction fees being low. But once the market rebounds, the token rebounds, and the adoption rebounds, expect this to go up. But that's not really the game for Solana. The game is about global domination. In addition, let's look at this. The Solana new NFTs minted per month, again breaking an all-time high in September 22. Constant progress. There's a little trend line inserted there as well. You see August was kind of weak, but that could be due to the fact that people are on vacation, etc., etc. But now they're back and trading, and again with Meta and Instagram. Expect November numbers to be bonkers. Now, another theory I have before we look at some charts, Google also could open the door to the Google phone, maybe running some Web3 applications from Solana, maybe installing Phantom Wallet on the Google phone natively. Maybe they could work with Solana on having Google hardware running the Saga phone down the line. I'm just speculating here, but either way, it's pretty clear that Web3 is very real. So let's look at some charts here. I'm just going to blow this up and we run through this real fast. This is the progression of the blockchain during a nasty, nasty bear market. This is the number of dApps on Solana. Continuous increase above that 1,000 level from 220 back in Q4 2021. Stunning. Let's look at the new NFTs sold. Again, increasing up and to the right. It's running now at about 7.8 million new NFTs, and that 10 million threshold, I think, will be cracked in Q4 easily 2022. Sorry about that 2023 number got in there. I don't know how it snuck in there. Decentralization, again, a critical one. I speak about the Nakamoto coefficient. A lot of people talk about decentralization being many, many different things, but this is the true measure of decentralization for a chain. I made a detailed video on it as what is truly decentralized. What does it mean? I'll add a link to that as well. But you can see here the progression is stunning, above 30 right now. And let's compare this. A quick reminder from that video is this chart. So I put together all of the Nakamoto coefficient scores for all of the chains. You can see the most decentralized by far is Bitcoin with 7,349. Then you've got Ethereum with about 34. But again, I don't have the updated Nakamoto coefficient for Ethereum after it moved to proof of stake. And I think it's changed a lot. In fact, I think it's now under 30. And that would mean that the highest, most decentralized chain right now today out there of all layer ones would be Solana if Ethereum goes under 30. And then you have all the other chains in there as well. So just an important thing to look at and care about. And this is also very critical when it comes to the SEC and regulators. They want to ensure that chains are sufficiently decentralized, and all of a sudden Ethereum has come into question that it's not. Average TPS here, you can see that Q2 2022 dip, but then back up. The average TPS, as I showed you, is over 3,000 transactions per second, which is pretty stunning. Average fees gone down with the token price, and that is just the nature of the beast. And the final chart I will share with you all today is this one. It's been one hell of a ride, ladies and gentlemen. I've been sticking to my guns. I have never wavered. I always said, as of April 2021, this is the best chain with the most upside. I didn't expect it to go from $10, $20 to $260 in a few months. So it's gone all the way up and all the way back down again. But if you looked at that chart in here, you'll see that little green candle spike in the very far right, and we're coming out of this area. As I also mentioned, I always disclose what I do, what I buy. I have doubled down hard during the summer on Solana. I bought a truckload at 30.7, so now my average price for Solana is 38, and coincidentally, that's the price of Solana right now. So after this Helluva Ride, I did not lose any faith. In fact, I continued to invest, and even though I bought early, I didn't buy enough, and I bought all the way up with limited purchase amounts, but then I bought in hard at 30.7, and now my average price is 38, so I am at break even, and I believe there's a very bright future for this chain backed by data. Nothing else. There's nothing else but data here. So big thank to everybody. I hope you enjoy it. Sorry, I'm still on the road, but love you all, and thank you so much as well for the donations. Jabba, you rock, and Rahadan Ben, my eyes are tired. Thank you all. Have a great Saturday. I got to get back to my other job. I'll tell you more about that on the inside real soon. Take care, everybody. Thank you.